What is going on YouTube? It's your boy Dan, aka aDrive. But guys, week 6 of the P4G, the Minnesota Vikavolts are taking on the Adelaide Honchkrows and coach Bill Standish in an epic matchup here. If you missed the last week's matchup, we did not win. We actually lost. It was pretty brutal. A little bit of bad luck, but really I could have played much better. But I'm hoping to bounce back this week and pick up a nice W here. We are 4-1. The Honchkrows are 1-4, but don't let that record deceive you. He's got a really scary team, and he's a pretty good battler. So don't be discouraged there. But if you haven't seen the team builder, I encourage you to check that out. I'll break down the team, what I'm bringing, why I'm bringing, and so on and so forth. And I have a question of the day today. But before that, hit that like button down below if you're hyped for this matchup. And for those Vikavolts, man, let's do it. Question of the day is, I made a little free agent move. I made a few changes to the team. I dropped Decidueye, didn't even use it. Beware, didn't even use it. Alolan Golem, didn't even use them. And I picked up Donphan, Gourgeist, and Primeape. So 3 really cool Pokemon, kind of swapped out the grass and ghost types for each other. I really like Gourgeist. I think its defensive nature or defensive prowess will be really cool with this team. And it's the same exact thing, kind of 1 for 1. Instead of having the Defogger, I got Donphan, which gives me another ground type Pokemon. He also gives me a really good Stealth Rocker too. And I think that'll take some pressure off of Bronzong as well, which I really like. I really like that part of it. It gives me a good rapid spinner. And then Primeape, it just kind of gives me an offensive, pretty fast fighting type Pokemon with Defiant, which could be cool to stop hazard removal like Defog and stuff like that if I want to go kind of a hazard setting route one day, or 1 week rather. So let me know what your thoughts are on that deal in the comment section below. And I'm hoping we can bounce back again. He's got a really tough team. Check out the team builder, guys. Kyurem-Black, Sticky Webs with Galvantula, Chandelure, Kartana, Clefable, Rhydon. That's what I'm thinking he's going to bring, but he's got some other threats as well, like a Reuniclus, a Mega Sharpedo, a Garbodor. I guess the other things would be Braviary and Claydol to round out his team. So we'll see how things go. But I'm going to get connected with Bill here. We're going to keep our fingers crossed and hope for a little bit better luck this week and a little bit better playing and hopefully bounce back, man. So I'll see you guys in the match. Alright guys, we are connected here with Bill. We're going to find out exactly what he is going to bring. I feel like I'm so rusty. I feel like I haven't played Pokemon in so long. I was gone for a little trip for like a few days, and I feel like it kind of messed me up a little bit. But it's okay. We should be able to kind of do our thing here. And let's see what he's going to be bringing here in just a second. So he's going to bring a couple different things. It looks like, actually, I nailed most things. He actually does not bring, oh my goodness, I think I just like am so happy that I didn't see Galvantula. I'll have to double check this in a second, but I see Reuniclus. It looks like no Galvantula, right? So we got the Reuniclus, which is really big. I see Clefable, which I got. I see Kyurem, Kartana, Reuniclus, Rhydon. Okay, cool. So no Galvantula, which makes me very happy. I mean, Reuniclus is a tough Pokemon either way, don't get me wrong. But not dealing with that Galvantula really changes kind of how I approach this match because I don't have to be as concerned about Sticky Webs. So I kind of like Beedrill lead, but I think Beedrill is really important for this match. I kind of like Primarina lead too, just because I could really put some pressure on his team. Tabakuga doesn't have any sort of Volt turning. I think I need to keep Bronzong around. I mean, I typically have been leading Primarina. I don't think he leads. I don't think he's gonna lead Kartana. I mean, Beedrill's a pretty solid lead though, because really his best option to deal with that would be Rhydon. So I think I am actually gonna lead Beedrill and go for the momentum. I think that'll be pretty solid. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. Let's lead Beedrill. And I can kind of just switch out. Like if he has a Scarfer, I can kind of scout for that, but I think it'll be pretty solid. So let's do that. And then let's see here. One thing I do have to be a little careful of is Chandelure can have Flame Body. Kind of a weird thing. Normally you don't see that, but let's see what he's going to lead with here. He is going to lead right off with Redox, which is going to be his Rhydon, actually. So I wish I led Primarina. That would have been a little bit better, but that's okay. I've got my Beedrill out here. I can simply just U-turn out. I'll get the Mega Evolution off, which is nice. I'll just go for a nice little U-turn. There's really no reason not to do that. So yeah, we'll just go for the Mega Evolution and the U-turn. This is going to allow him to set up his Stealth Rocks, which is a bit annoying, but I think I can work around it. I've got a Grass Knot on my Bronzong. I just go right into that thing. I can easily, you know, threaten him out with a Grass Knot. Obviously, that Chandelure is really scary, but we've got some options there. So I'll just go for the U-turn here. Get a little bit of chip damage off on this Rhydon. Actually, a lot of chip damage. Isn't it crazy how much that just did, considering? But my switch in here is definitely Bronzong. He's probably going to get his rocks up, but we can trade rocks, which I'm okay with, actually, considering his only hazard remover is probably Kartana. So he's going to go for rocks, so that's fine. So we see Stealth Rocks from Rhydon. And again, that's totally fine with me. So he's gonna get a Chandelure in here, but this is an opportunity for me to trade Stealth Rock, so I'm not even gonna overthink it. I think getting in my rocks to weaken the Kyurem and the Chandelure are certainly worth it. It guarantees kills on Chandelure with things like Beedrill. It also, you know, I mean, obviously we get weakened a little bit too, but I think weakening his Kyurem and his Chandelure are a huge deal for us. So, you know, I definitely wish I led Primarina, because a Scald right off the bat would have been nice, but it probably would have forced in the Clefable anyway, so it's all good. This will give me my, like I said, this gives me an opportunity to set up rocks. Pretty sure on my rocks he's probably going in Chandelure here. That would make the most sense. He could try to stay in. I mean, I am Levitate. He may not be sure of that yet. I do have to be really cautious around that Chandelure though, because if he's Trick, that could make things really challenging for Umbreon. But my default switch-in is going to be, you know, Umbreon to the Chandelure, and Umbreon's primary purpose is to beat that Chandelure. I need to find out whether it's Choice Scarf or not, and getting rid of its Choice Scarf, even if he tricks it to Umbreon, as frustrating as that would be, it could be really useful just to kind of help me beat it later on with something like Tapu Koko or Beedrill or whatever it may be, especially without the threat of Sticky Webs. But something on his team is Scarf, whether it's Chandelure, Kartana, or Kyurem, and I'm thinking it's probably the Chandelure. So that's why I feel like if he were to trick his Scarf over me, it's really not the worst thing in the world. So he's gonna switch, most likely into Chandelure. Here comes Revival Jam, which is gonna be the Reuniclus. So he goes hard Reuniclus here. Now this is obviously a big threat to me, Reuniclus, as always. I really can't do much to him, and I have to be really cautious about how I approach this thing. So I have a couple different options here. Obviously my Beedrill can beat it, but I don't want to allow him to set up on me. So I'm kind of thinking going into Siren's a pretty solid option, or I go into Luna. Luna doesn't do much to him. All I can do is taunt, but I think that's good enough because I know I can take a couple hits. So I don't think he's gonna, I mean, he could Focus Blast here, predicting the Umbreon, but I can go into Umbreon and I can taunt this thing and pretty much shut it down and force him to switch out. So, and then if he wants to Focus Blast me or whatever, it's really not the worst thing in the world. So, you know, Umbreon is designed to be able to taunt this thing. So let's switch out here. We're gonna take a little bit of rocks damage. We'll see if he's got Focus Blast. That'll give us some intel on what kind of set he is. I am fully specially defensive, so we'll see if he does go for the Focus Blast or if he's gonna go for some sort of other move. He's gonna go for the Shadow Ball here. I kind of want to see where I go. So I'm 176 down to 161, so that does very little. Hard to tell. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get much intel in terms of what this thing is. Now I have a tough read to make here. Do I think he's going to switch out? Or do I think he's going to, like, do I think he's gonna try to set up on me? I'm gonna go, I don't know if I wanna reveal the taunt just yet. I think I wanna Baton Pass and go into Beedrill and give myself an opportunity to U-turn out on something, which means likely the Rhydon. Tough decision here. He's not gonna go into Chandelure and he's not gonna go into Kyurem. So I don't think he's gonna go into Rhydon. So, and I really don't think he's gonna go into Kartana. So I feel like he may just wait and see what I'm gonna do. So I'm thinking Taunt is probably the better play. I'm gonna take a look. He may be an offensive like Assault Vest set. He could go for like a Focus Blast. I know he's not Life Orb just based on the damage he did before. So I think I'm gonna go for, if he goes, he might go Clefable, so I'm gonna Taunt actually. I'm gonna Taunt. He is gonna stay in, so I'll get some intel on his set, whether he'll Focus Blast or whether he'll go for a Calm Mind or something. He goes for the Shadow Ball again, so I don't know if he predicted me to switch there or kind of what his thought process was, but I got a nice little taunt off there. So at this point in time, I can go for a Foul Play if I wish, or I could make the Baton Pass read here and try to go into something else. Predicting like a Focus Blast or something. I kind of like the Baton Pass into Latias, and then I could potentially trick my Scarf onto either this or the Clefable. So I'm gonna go for that. I'm gonna go for the Baton Pass. He's gonna switch, and he goes Hyperion, which is the Clefable. So that's totally fine with me. So I get to Baton Pass out, and I can actually go straight into my my Beedrill and immediately threaten this thing out. Alternatively, I can go into Tapu Koko and I can Thunderbolt this thing and just put some serious damage on, because he doesn't really have the best switch-ins to Tapu Koko. So I think Tapu Koko is actually the better play. Let me just calc Clefable hitting Tapu Koko with like a Moonblast. I'm pretty sure I can live. Yeah, I could definitely live, and Thunderbolt doesn't knock him out, but it does a tremendous amount to him. So I think I actually like that play, because I'm pretty sure like a tanky Rhydon does not live a Grass Knot. Let me just take a look. Yeah, he does not live a grass knot at the range he's at. So I think I'm gonna go Coco here. He may be a little concerned about like an Electrium Z, but the reason I'm going Coco is because I feel like with Beedrill, I'm forced to, like if I Poison Jab, he goes Kartana. I mean, I could U-turn. It's kind of tricky. I think I like the Coco play. I think Coco puts on more offensive pressure at this point in the match. So I'm gonna go for that big Thunderbolt right now. No need to over-predict. We got a lot of momentum there with him going Clefable, and all we saw was Shadow Ball, so he might have been predicting us going back into Bronzong there or something. He's gonna switch out. Does he go Rhydon here? He's gonna go Revival Jam. That's fine with me. This thing is not gonna want to take Thunderbolt to the face, man. It could be Assault Vest. We're gonna find out right now. We'll find out if he's Assault Vest or not based on this damage. That's Assault Vest. Okay, so we know that. I'm pretty sure. I'll double check right now, but that's really nice to know that it's not something that can set up on us. He's definitely Assault Vest. Yeah, okay, so we know he's Assault Vest, and he's most likely, he's Regenerator Assault Vest. So right now his switch is most likely Rhydon. I don't know if I'm willing to risk that play and go for the Grass Knot though. I think I should, like, I don't think he lets Reuniclus go down. I'm gonna go for the Grass Knot, predicting the Rhydon. He switches. Does he go Rhydon here? That'd be great. He goes into Trishula, which is what? That's the Kyurem-Black, actually. Okay, so he goes right into Kyurem-Black. I'm gonna show the Grass Knot, which is a bummer. It's really not gonna do too much to him. But what we do is we kind of put this thing in a little bit of a tough spot. This thing could very well be his Choice Scarf user as well, which is hard to tell at this point in time. But we definitely put some pressure on him. So his Reuniclus is sitting at about 60%. His Kyurem's sitting at about 60%. We know the Rhydon's at about 80%, let's say. So I think this is my chance to go into Honeydew. I don't think he's going for a Dragon move here. If he's not Scarfed, he dies to... if he's not Scarfed, he dies to... Yeah, I'm just going to go Latias. I think that's my best play. If he's Scarfed, he's going to go for like Earth Power here. So we'll find out whether he's faster or not. Like if he was Scarfed. I don't think he's going for a Dragon move. He's gonna go for the Earth Power. Okay. It does hit us because of the Terravolt, but it doesn't really do a ton, so it's not a big deal. So we do see the Earth Power. And I think we can easily trick here. Yeah, I'm gonna just go for the trick, because if he's Scarfed, he's gonna switch out. If he's not Scarfed, I'm faster anyway. So a switch into Clefable is most likely. And I can trick the Clefable a Scarf, which will basically ruin it, which is what I want. And I'm pretty sure his Kyurem is his Scarf Pokemon. So having Scarf Lati is really nice, but I think crippling the Clefable is worth more. You know, I have ways to deal with the Kyurem still. Especially at this range. It's coming back in on rocks. It's going to be really, really low. It dies to Gyro Ball, so... one of the keys right now is we're going to need to keep Bronzong really healthy for Kartana. That's going to be super important. And Bronzong's real only purpose is Kartana and also a little bit Rhydon, but I'm pretty sure he's going to go Clefable here. I really don't think he stays in. It doesn't really make any sense to stay in, because if he's Scarfed, that means he's locked into Earth Power. So I'm pretty sure he's going to switch. If he goes into Reuniclus, that's fine too. He'll be Scarf Reuniclus. I'm not worried about that. But we know he's Assault Vest Reuniclus. I would love to trick this Scarf on a Clefable. That would really reduce that thing as a threat. He is gonna switch. Does he go Clefable? He goes Revival Jam. Okay, so we're gonna get the Assault Vest from this thing. And we're gonna give him a Choice Scarf, which definitely reduces the effectiveness of this thing. Definitely reduces the effectiveness of this thing. I hope he's not AV for some reason. He's just like specially offensive, but we're gonna get the Assault Vest. Okay, so that's fine. We get an Assault Vest now. So the thing is like he could just Shadow Ball me. So I think my play is definitely go into Luna here. He could also predict that and go for like a Focus Blast, which means that like Primarina would be kind of a decent middle ground. I don't know if that's the way to go, and I don't want to take a Shadow Ball to the face. I actually feel like I kind of want to just Dragon Pulse. I can't trick now that I have the Assault Vest, which is kind of annoying, but I can take hits better. Do I Draco? Do I Draco here? Umbreon. Let's take a look at Latias. Like, how much does Latias do to this thing? I don't want to let the Clefable come in against Reuniclus. Now that he's not AV, Yeah, I feel like I'm gonna Draco Meteor. I don't think it kills, but I think it could. Let's see what he's gonna do. He's gonna switch. And he goes into Hyperion, which is what? That's the Clefable. So now I can't trick the Clefable my Scarf anymore, which is annoying. And I have to figure out what to go into here. I think I'm gonna go into... Do I wanna go into Bronzong? Like I said, Bronzong is kind of tricky. I wanna go into Beedrill is really what I wanna do. But I don't think... I think the Flamethrower is kind of likely here. I think the Flamethrower is kind of likely as a middle ground. I think I'm gonna go Primarina. I'm gonna go Primarina and see what he does. I feel like he's gonna Flamethrower. So I feel like going into Primarina is kind of a good middle ground here. And if he starts setting up, I can Perish Song. So, and I also have Beedrill in the back. He's gonna switch, so he pulls a double. And he goes right out into Revival Gem again, which is Choice Scarf. So I know this thing's Scarf, so I'm less concerned about that thing. So I kind of like just going for Scald here. Yeah, I like just going for Scald here because getting a Scald Burn on something would be really nice. We know the Clefable's Magic Guard. But getting a Scald off on this thing would be really nice. He's gonna just Energy Ball us. That's probably gonna hurt though. He does have the Energy Ball that does hurt. And I'll get a Scald off here. And we do a lot to him actually. We do a tremendous amount to him. But now he's locked into Energy Ball. So this could be an opportunity to go into a couple different things. For specifically Bronzong, I think. Because if he's gonna take a Scald, he would go to take the Scald. I think he's gonna switch here. What's gonna be my best bet? I really want to go into Beedrill, but I'm concerned about taking all that damage, you know? Rhydon is getting worn down. I think I want to go Beedrill and start clicking, because I can Pursuit Trap him actually. Yeah, let's go Beedrill, because I can Pursuit Trap him at this range. If he stays in, I could take the Energy Ball and I can Pursuit Trap him. I don't know if he's gonna just go for the Energy Ball or not, or if he's gonna make a read. But either way, like I feel like we can definitely Pursuit Trap this thing. Just based on, yeah, Pursuit definitely kills. So that could be really, really awesome if he doesn't switch. Like, it's kind of a 50-50 because the thing is, if I Scald here, he's not gonna go Rhydon or Chandelure because he'll lose them. He is gonna switch though. Does he go Clefable? He goes Hyperion, which is the Clefable, I believe. That's fine with me. This gives me an opportunity to go right out into my Beedrill, and I can start to put pressure on here, which is awesome. The Reuniclus keeps getting healed up, but that's fine. Now, I don't know if he's Kebia Berry. I think this is when we find out. I think I'm definitely going to Poison Jab, though. The Poison Jab is really obvious, but I think it's the right play. I don't know if he's willing to go Kartana or not. The thing is U-turn does like half to Kartana, so I'm not super duper concerned about it. And this Clefable is a huge problem now that I can't trick at a Scarf. But we know that he has very limited switches to Tapu Koko once I bring that back in. Aside from maybe his Kyurem, which we think is Scarfed. And that's the thing, Kyurem, with having all 6 Pokemon up, Kyurem has some really tough decisions on what move to pick. So, I don't know if he's gonna predict a U-turn here or what he's gonna do. Like, it's kind of tricky because if I U-turn, you know, he's gonna switch. Does he go Kartana here or does he go Rhydon middle ground? I think he went Rhydon. A Poison here would be huge. It would really, really help us wear this thing down. A Poison would be really, really big for us here. Let's see if we get it. It's not gonna do too much to him. We don't get the Poison, but we can just U-turn now, which is nice. Now obviously he has an opportunity to get some momentum here, but I can also go Bronzong now, and Bronzong could put in some pressure. Alternatively, I go Luna, but Luna still should stay around. I think I need to keep Luna around. His best way to hit Bronzong is Mega Horn. Would he go for the Mega Horn right now? Because I kind of want to go Laddie. I don't think that's the right play. I could also go Primarina and start Scalding. I kind of like the Primarina play. It's kind of a middle ground play, but and it would get knocked out. Bronzong is definitely the safer play, though. What do I think he's going to do? Primarina still has a lot of usefulness, I think. But this could give me a free switch into Koko, which could be really nice. I don't want to allow my Bronzong to get weakened. I don't think Primarina is as useful. I think he's going to probably Mega Horn. knowing that Beedrill can't do anything. So let's see if he has the Mega Horn if he goes for it here. That's the only way I'm living this hit anyway. He goes for the Crunch. That's fine. That's actually better because I can live it. And now I get to threaten something out with a Scald or a Moonblast, whichever I prefer. So I'm gonna go for the Scald though because it's gonna pressure everything. He could go Kyurem, but I think the risk of getting burned is way too high. So I think Scald is the right play. So that actually works out incredibly well for us. He is gonna stay in and allow his Rhydon to go down. So Primarina kills Rhydon with Scalds. That's fine with me. I'm glad to get rid of that thing because now his switch-ins to, like, Tapu Koko clicks Thunderbolt now, which is awesome. Here come Doitsu, which is gonna be what? The Kartana. So he's trying to get that free kill here. Does he have Night Slash on this thing? What I have to do is I just have to let him knock me out. I'm gonna go for the, like, even a Night Slash at +1 should knock me out. He doesn't have Sash. I'm gonna go for the Scald and let him knock me out here. He goes to the Leaf Blade. Okay. So Kartana's gonna kill me here. Kartana, let's see if he got the speed or attack boost here. Attack boost. Kills Primarina with Leaf Blade. Alright, I'm gonna actually wait a second before I decide here. I'm not gonna make my move right away because I don't want to indicate any sort of situation that he thinks that, like, I know exactly my switch in here. So I'm gonna give it a second. Now, unfortunately, I get no intel in terms of this Kartana here. But at +1 Night Slash, I can live because of the Colbur Berry. So I'm gonna see. I can actually live a Darkinium Z +1 Jolly Night Slash as well. So I'm gonna give it a minute here. I'm just gonna give it some time. The reason, just to explain again, the reason why I'm waiting is because if I immediately went into Bronzong, my opponent would think something's up. Like, there's a red flag here. Why did he immediately go into Bronzong? But by me waiting, I'm trying to bait him to stay in with his Bronzong here. Or to stay in with his Kartana. So now I'm gonna go into Bronzong, which does have the HP Fighting. Or, I'm sorry, the HP Fire. And I do have a Colbur Berry to guarantee I can live the hit. So we're gonna go for the Hidden Power Fire here, and we're gonna see if he Night Slashes. This also could be really bad if he goes into Chandelure, but we'll see what he's gonna do. This is like I have to make this play because I cannot allow this this Kartana to set up, you know, or continue to plow through my team. It's really my only switch in. You know, I mean, I could go like Latias and try to hit it really hard, or, you know what I mean, or Coco, but none of them can like one-shot this thing. So, and I don't know if he's like Scarfed or anything either. So maybe Latias would have been a better play and just Draco Meteor and hope I kill, but he has the Clefable that he could just keep going into. So I am nervous that he makes a switch into Chandelure here, but he may think this is my chance with Kartana to break down his team. So, and now that Primarina's gone, I'm trying to think, does he think his Kartana is going to be good for anything else? We're going to really need our Beedrill. Beedrill's going to need to put in some work, and I'm assuming the Chandelure is not Scarfed at this point, just because I think the Kyurem is Scarfed. Did we determine whether the Kyurem was Scarfed or not? I don't think we did, but I'm pretty sure it is. He's going to switch. Don't go into Chandelure, please. He goes into Revival Gem, so he goes into his Bronze, or his Reuniclus here. Okay, so we're not gonna find out that battle right now, but this may happen down the road. We may find out what's gonna happen here. Now I know this thing is locked into whatever it goes for. So what is that gonna be? Is it gonna be the Shadow Ball, or is it gonna be a Focus Blast this time? What is it gonna be? I think for me, I go into Umbreon here either way. At this point in time, I think I'm gonna go into Umbreon here. I need to Pursuit Trap this thing. I could also stay in and just go for a Shadow Ball, but I don't want to be in a situation where that Kartana beats me, so I'm gonna go safe Umbreon here. Last time we kind of made some middle ground plays. So he's gonna switch out. Does he go Clefable? He goes Hyperion, so he does go Clefable here, which is a little bit nerve-wracking, but I can just Baton Pass, so it's not the worst thing in the world. And if I'm faster, that's fine. If I'm slower, that's also fine. It's really not a big deal. I think just going for the Baton Pass here is the proper play, though. If he's faster than me, that means he's got speed investment. So I'm just going to go for the Baton Pass and see what he wants to do. See if he's going to double out, He's gonna go for a Reflect, actually. Not something I anticipated, if I'm being totally honest. But this gives me an opportunity to go right into my Tapu Koko now and immediately threaten him with Thunderbolts. So that's what I'm gonna do. He has some sort of idea. I don't know if it's Calm Mind Chandelure or what it is, but now that we've seen this Clefable having Reflect, that's a really interesting strategy. But Tapu Koko immediately pressures him now with Thunderbolt. And I could taunt, so... And I know that his Clefable's faster than my Umbreon now, so he does have some speed investment. I'm gonna go for the Thunderbolt this time. Again, there's really no reason for me not to. It incredibly cripples this Clefable, allows me to knock him out. After 2 Thunderbolts, I don't believe a Moonblast is gonna kill me, especially since I'm pretty sure he's defensive at this point in time, considering his Reflect. He could try to go for a Light Screen here and kind of go back and forth and try to take some hits, but I don't even think Kyurem comes in and takes a Thunderbolt after Rocks. So Koko definitely could put some offensive pressure on here. But it does not beat his Kartana, which is really scary. So we're gonna have to manage our sacks. I really want to get rid of this Clefable because this Clefable's kind of in the way of a lot of things. I have very few offensive things to beat it. Beedrill being one of them, Koko being the other. So right here, I mean, he's got a tough decision to make. He can't go into Chandelure. He can't go into Kartana. I mean, he could go Kartana, but I don't think it lives. I'm gonna actually calc. I feel like it probably doesn't live. Yeah, Kartana doesn't live a Thunderbolt, so he's gonna let the Clefable take it. We'll see how much this does. It should put him into range. It definitely puts him into range. Now, will he knock us out, or will he go for the Light Screen? He's gonna Moonblast. Now, this is gonna be close whether it kills or not. I'm hoping we can live on a Sliver, but it's gonna do a lot. We don't live, but we did weaken the Clefable really far down. At this point, I have to go Beedrill, and I have to Poison Jab. That's the downside. I have to go Beedrill and I have to Poison Jab because I can't hit him with yeah, it's the only thing that can actually hit this thing, so I have to. I might be able to get away with U-turning, but I'll run the calc. He's actually got to Reflect Up. I don't think that's the right decision. So Clefable kills Koko with Moonblast. Okay, based on how much he's at, let's see, does an X-Scissor knock him out? Let me actually run the calc on Clefable, Tapu Koko. He was at full, now he's sitting pretty low. Leads me to believe he's not. And Moonblast definitely was close to knocking me out. Let's see how much does Beedrill do against the Clefable. Let's see here. With a Reflect Up, I have to Poison Jab, which stinks, but it's my only play. I have to Poison Jab. It does give him a free switch into Kartana, but it's my only play. I have to Poison Jab here. He's gonna go to Doitsu. What is that? Is that the Kartana? He does go Kartana here, so he makes a really good play into Kartana. Now, I don't know if this thing is Scarfed. We're gonna find out right now. If he is Scarfed, then just props to him. I don't know if he would have dual Scarfers, but I'm gonna go for the U-turn. I don't know if he would have dual Scarfers or not, but I have to U-turn here. I don't know if he would Night Slash either. He's gonna wanna get that boost. This is gonna be really tough for me to win this one, guys. That Reflect was a really good play. I mean, it would have been great if I U-turned just now, but I had to kill the Clefable. Maybe the Poison Jab was too obvious. Oh man, this is gonna be tough. How do I win this game? Let's think. I think I have to go... I'm faster, so he's not Scarfed. But because of the Reflect, he basically takes nothing from that. Okay, what do I do now? I really want to go Umbreon, but if he Sacred Swords, it's going to kill me. Does he Night Slash here? He's not going to Sacred Sword. I'm going to go into Umbreon, because his play was not to Sacred Sword there. His play 1,000,000% was to do something else, like Leaf Blade or Night Slash or whatever it may be. So let's see what he goes for. He goes for the Night Slash. Okay, so we make that prediction. Good. That was a big prediction we needed to make. Okay, so he expected Bronzong. So we do see the Night Slash. Now I pretty much have to go Bronzong, which is really annoying. He could Sacred Sword. Maybe I go... No, I don't want to go Honeydew. The problem is Honeydew just brings out Clefable every time, and I don't have Psychic, which is so annoying. Not having Psychic. I hope I'm going to regret that, aren't I? I have to go Bronzong, and I have to go for the hidden power. Man, that's gonna be tough. I have to go Bronzong, and I have to go hidden power again. Oh man. He's played really well though. He's gonna switch out. Does he predict the Bronzong? He goes into his Clefable. So maybe he predicted the Bronzong. Or maybe he predicted Laddie. Bronzong comes in. I don't know if this thing can touch me. I think his Reflect is still up. I have to go for the Gyro Ball and hope he doesn't heal. I'm gonna go for the Gyro Ball and hope he doesn't heal. He may have Soft Willed, he may not. It depends. He could also go Reuniclus here. I can't make a switch into Beedrill because of the Stealth Rocks. I think I might need to go and defog the rocks away and reset them. Is that an option? Because Beedrill's turns are limited. He doesn't have priority, which is nice. But Beedrill's turns are so limited because of it. Oh, I can't defog because of the Assault Vest. Man, that trick turn was really messed me up. He's gonna switch. What is he gonna go into? He goes into Revival Jam, the Reuniclus here. Which again, there's not much I can do to this thing. I think I need to just get chip damage off on him. And I think I have to go Latias here. I'm gonna go Latias. The nice thing is his Clefable is really low. So because his Clefable is so low, he may not feel safe switching it into Latias here. He's gonna go for the Focus Blast. He does hit it. Doesn't matter though. I pretty much have to Draco Meteor though. Because I can't do anything else. I can't defog. I could pull the double. How many turns left does he have of Reflect? This is his last turn of Reflect. So, do I just Draco? I'm gonna Draco because I feel like he's got to think I have something other than what I have. You know what I mean? Like, the Clefable isn't necessarily a safe switch. He's locked in a Focus Blast, so I know he's switching. He's gonna stay in. I'm gonna connect to Draco. This is actually really big for us. It's gonna do a tremendous amount to him. It may knock him out, but it's gonna just be shy. He's gonna Focus Blast and connect. Okay. I think I 1,000,000% have to go Beedrill. Now that the Reflect is gone, I think I have to go Beedrill here. Beedrill can live a Focus Blast, I'm pretty sure. I 4 times resist, and I actually have HP investment, but it makes it so I can only switch in Beedrill one more time. Is that worth it? I don't think it is. I think just going into... He's gonna switch out 1,000,000%. And he likely goes into Clefable. And there's nothing I can do to Clefable other than let him knock me out, but I can't let him just set up hazards. Or set up, you know, reflected stuff. I have to go into Bronzong. I have to go into Bronzong. He's gonna save this Reuniclus here. It's got enough health that it's worth saving. Oh, man. Because he's gonna get the Regenerator back. I know I can take a Focus Blast though, so that's not really a huge issue. He stays in and Focus Blast, that's fine. It shouldn't do too much to us. It does a lot, but not a terrible amount. And I could finish him off with Gyro Ball. His switch in here would probably be Kartana, or he could go Chandelure here. I'm just gonna Gyro Ball. I think it's my best play. The Stealth Rocks are really messing up my Beedrill right now. Like, Beedrill can still win this game. Can it? How do I beat the Kyurem? Yeah, I don't know about this one, guys. This one's, I don't know if we can win this one at this point. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know if we can win it. I just didn't bring enough firepower on the team. He's gonna Focus Blast again. This should allow us to knock him out, but that ensures that the Kartana can knock us out with Night Slash now, and that might have been what he was going for this whole time. We do knock out the Reuniclus, which is nice. So Bronzong kills Reuniclus with Gyro Ball. Obviously, this Clefable is still an issue. At least it's weak, but it's still an issue. I can still beat the Chandelure. Assuming the Kyurem is scarfed, I'm gonna need Umbreon to beat that. I think that's the only way I beat the Kyurem. If the Kyurem's not scarfed, then Beedrill can beat the rest of his team if I get just a little bit more on Kartana. But where is that damage coming from? Here comes Trishula, which is what? Alright, here's the Kyurem. So he's gonna go for like, I don't know what he's gonna go for. Something that hurts. Something that hurts. I think I just have to let him knock me out here. Can I beat the Kartana? I think I still can. I think I just gotta let him knock me out. He's gonna Earth Power. And then I have to go into Laddie. What is my way to win this game? I can't go into Beedrill. I can't go into Luna. I still need to keep Luna. I think I just Gyro Ball and let him knock me out. This really stinks because I don't have Psychic on my Latias. And I thought that it wasn't gonna be a big deal, but it's turning into a huge deal right now. Kyurem kills Bronzong with Earth Power. Okay, you know what I could do though? I do still have Luna. How much does a Foul Play do to a Clefable? I could also just double out. Like, go for the Baton Pass. Foul Play into Clefable. Because Umbreon could definitely take the hits. I think I actually go Umbreon here. I think I'm gonna go Umbreon. And not Beedrill. I need Beedrill to be as high of health, and I don't want to go to Latias yet, because Latias is just going to bait out the other thing. So I can either Baton Pass here, or I can simply go for the Moonlight. I'm going to go for the Moonlight, because I'm pretty sure I live in Earth Power, and that little bit of health could make a big difference. Umbreon versus how much does Clefable take from Foul Play? 7 to 9%, so I need 2 Foul Plays if he doesn't have Soft Willed, which he may or may not. I don't know, because Foul Play is reduced by Reflect too. That's another thing. If he gets another set of screens up, we're in trouble. Wait, why was I just faster? Did he Dragon Tail? Wait, is he not scarfed? He Dragon Tail. He's not scarfed. Okay. Well, that's good. I mean, that's good. What does it put me into? Puts me in a Beedrill. Okay. So it could be worse. I should have one more switch in. That's kind of cool. So I can actually X-Scissor here. I can X-Scissor. And that'll knock him out. Now I know he's not scarfed. He probably has to U-turn here. I'm gonna X-Scissor. Reveal at X-Scissor here. I don't want to U-turn out yet because I don't want to like be forced switching around and stuff like that. But Dragon Tail, that actually works out really well for us. Because that gave me more health on my Umbreon. He probably thought I was going to double back, expecting the switch into Clefable. So that worked out incredibly well, actually. Now that leads me to believe that the Chandelure is scarfed. That's going to deal the final blow to this guy, which is nice. So B kills Kyurem with X-Scissor. Okay. Here comes Burst. There's the Chandelure that we've been waiting for. Saw that coming a mile away. And 100% led to believe that this thing is going to be choice scarfed. Which means, let's think about this. I have to go into Honeydew. And then I have to sack off Honeydew. And then I have to go into Luna. And I have to go for Foul Play. The thing is, he could always miss a Shadow Ball. He's probably going to go for a Fire Blast here. I think I sack off Honeydew here, because Honeydew can't beat really much left. He could have Shadow Sneak on this thing too, but that seems unlikely if he's scarfed. That gets me into Luna, and then Luna's got to click Foul Play twice. I need Beedrill to win this game, so I have to go into Honeydew here. Expecting him to be Choice Scarf. He's gonna switch out, so he makes a prediction. He goes into Hyperion, so he makes the play. Oh, that's so brutal, dude. if I predicted that, man. Now I have Laddie out on the field, and Laddie can't do anything. So he was expecting me to go Umbreon, which is a bummer. Dude, if I pursued, we win the game. That's so scary. So sketchy, dude. I actually can't touch this thing, so I have to go Luna here. Do I have another Stealth Rock switch in? 21 over 155. 13%. I have one more Stealth Rock switch in, so we do have a sack there. My only way to beat this Clefable is to go into Luna here. I almost put Tailwind on Beedrill too. That's a bummer. If I had Psychic, dude, Psychic would make such a huge difference right now because I could Psychic this thing, but I didn't do that, obviously. He could just Moonblast. I think I just let him knock me out, but the problem is if he starts setting up on me, if he sets a Reflect here, I like definitely lose the game. Actually, if he sets a Reflect, I lose either way. I don't think there's anything I can do about it. I just have to hope he makes a crazy prediction here. I'm gonna Draco Meteor. I can't win the game at this point. Like my only way to win, like if he sets a Reflect, I lose. So good plays, man. I mean that play there, like had I just clicked Pursuit right now, we would have won. But there was no way for me to know that he was gonna switch out the Chandelure. I didn't think that was the right, like I felt like him just clicking Fire Blast there was the right play personally. Latias was low enough to the point where he can knock me out. He's gonna stay in. Does he set up the Reflect? He's actually gonna go for Healing Wish. Okay, so Healing Wish, that's fine. Clefable kills itself. Okay, that's not the worst thing in the world. That means he goes into either Shandy or Kartana here. He's gonna go into Kartana, so he wants those boosts. That's gonna give him some love back here. But the thing is this could put him in range. This could put him in range. He's gonna take some rocks damage. I'm gonna Dragon or Draco here. I'm gonna Draco. We gotta hit this Draco Meteor. Gotta hit a Draco Meteor. Gotta hit it. I hit it. This could knock it out. I don't know what his spread is gonna be, but this could just knock him out here. Okay, it doesn't, but that's okay. That's okay. He's gonna go for a Swords Dance. I don't think that was the right play. I don't know if that was the right play, because, I mean, why would you Swords Dance? Does this thing get priority? I got a Draco Meteor again anyway. Dragon Pulse is too risky whether it kills or not. I hit it, okay. Latias kills Kartana with Draco Meteor. And then this comes down to, can Umbreon beat Chandelure? Did that? I'm really surprised at the turn of events here. What was he expecting me to do? I'm really confused there. If this thing is like Calm Mind, then that could be a problem too, but I'll find out if he's Scarfed right now. He is gonna take rocks damage, bring him down to half, which is really nice. And our Umbreon's sitting at a decent amount of health. Umbreon's sitting at over half. I'm gonna go for the Dragon Pulse. Although I should have probably Draco'd, but the extra damage is worth it. He's gonna Shadow Ball, which means he's Scarfed. So Chandelure kills Latias with Shadow Ball. That means he's 100% Scarfed. And that should be his last Pokemon. So I think I just go into Umbreon and click Foul Play. Let me see how much it does to Chandelure. I mean, if he was fast enough, so that means he's definitely Scarfed. And Shadow Ball doesn't do anything to me. And Foul Play should knock him out here. I think I should Moonlight though. I'm gonna Moonlight. The reason I'm gonna Moonlight is because if Foul Play doesn't knock him out, I might need two. He doesn't get the Spit F drop, which is huge. I think we're good now, guys. I just clicked Foul Play twice. I have no idea how we brought that back, dude. That is crazy. That is amazing. I am blown away that we brought that back, guys. But that just shows that you don't ever give up in a match, man. Like, you can't. You gotta just keep pushing through. You know, props to Bill. I don't know how we won that match. I really don't. We really had to play super duper careful and make some pretty good plays. I think see, that's why I was worried, because if I didn't Moonlight and he got a Spidef drop on the first Shadow Ball, the second one with a crit may have knocked us out. I don't know, but that's why I Moonlighted. But Foul Play, Umbreon gonna pick up the kill, man. It looks like this is over. Umbreon kills Chandelure with Foul Play, and that is amazing, dude. What a game, dude. I don't know. I don't know how we won. I'm very happy, obviously. We're gonna move to 5-1, and just props to Bill. That was a close game, man. I'm just blown away. I'm just blown away. I really didn't think that was gonna be a game that we could win halfway through there with all the pieces that he had, but Again, I knew I had to preserve, you know, my B-Drill. I knew B-Drill was going to be the only way I could win this game. You know, obviously not having Psychic on Lottie really messed me up, but it kind of worked out in a way. He got to Healing Wish, it killed off the Clefable, it didn't hurt too badly. You know, I made a couple tough plays there. I think the big one though, you know, he made some really bold predictions. I think he was trying to get a step ahead with some of those doubles and things like that, and some of them worked, some of them didn't. But at the end there, I don't know the Swords Dance play. I was really confused with that. The Swords Dance Kartana. It didn't matter though, because if the Kartana didn't Swords Dance, you know, he knocks out Latios. Then I go into B-Drill. B-Drill goes for X Scissor and knocks him out at that point in time. Actually, that could have been, if he stayed in, he could have actually won the game right there if he didn't Swords Dance. If he knocked out Latios and I went for, you know, he knocks out Latios, I go into B-Drill, and then I click X Scissor, or I guess I could have went for U-turn safely. Never mind. You know, I could have went for a safe U-turn there and gone into Umbreon, and Umbreon could have won the game at that point. So never mind. Never mind. But definitely a close match, man. Hit that like button, guys. What a Saturday. What a match we have here, guys. That was intense. Thank you so much for watching. Show some love to Bill's channel. That's gonna be it for me, guys. My name is Dan. I also go by aDrive, and I'm gonna catch you guys next time. Peace.